to celebrate every added facility that we get as a country. Any addition to what we have is very, very much welcome, because Uganda still has a very big deficit as far as infrastructure for sport is concerned. So for Ham and his company to be able to do what they have done here is very, very commendable. Of course, I'm delighted as a former president of the basketball in Uganda, but also as one of the top leaders of basketball on the continent, that there's an added facility where we can have basketball played. I have had an interaction with the developer. Right now we have a hard surface, but he's already importing, he's already in the process of importing epoxy, which is shared with me that he's going to put a softer material as a finish and also remark the facility, the court, to make sure that it can do basketball, volleyball, netball. I've advised that we can have it as multi-sport, because here we have two surfaces. We have one here and we have one across on the other curve end of the pitch. So instead of having just one per sport, you can have both facilities worked on to a level where they can handle multi-sport, that you could run a tournament by having two basketball courts here, but at the same time you can have two netball courts at a given time, you can have two volleyball courts at a given time. So, and it's a simple method that you can do in marking them to ensure that they can do multi-sport. So that will help. That will help our federations of basketball, of volleyball, of netball, badminton, volleyball, to see that they will be able to host events here. Of course, it's key to note that unlike the other outdoor facilities that we have, this one has changing rooms, first of all, for the players, but secondly, it has a good seating capacity, that whoever sits on this side of the court, you could easily sit, 5,000 people watching the game of basketball at a given time, or volleyball or netball. So to me, I celebrate this added facility, and also commend Ham and his company for being able to invest in sports and put a lot of money, like you see, has put here on this facility.
What's your general impression on the whole facility?
No, it is amazing that a young Ugandan decides to invest into sports to this magnitude, and that's what we want to see. We cannot continue to rely on people who come from out to be able to invest in ourselves, to invest in the country. So I must commend him for this level of investment. It is a good facility. We just need to make sure that we highlight what needs to be fine-tuned to make sure that we are able to not only host the foreseeable events that maybe he might anticipate, but also be able to do multiple other events that can help him have a good return on investment, but also position the city as a sporting city, as to benefit from sports tourism. If you have a city that does not have facilities, it can never aspire to do sports tourism, because how then will you host big events? But by having this, he now positions us as Kampala, as city center, to be able to host league games. And it's my belief that this stadium, such a stadium that is positioned in this area, can really help grow the local fan base, because the business community that we have around this facility, they have time and they have the money that every day at around 3 o'clock they can choose to come and watch a game, because they will have the money and also they have the time on their hands. Most of them by 3 o'clock they are done with the active business that they had for the day. So I want to urge FUFA to try and capitalize on the location of this facility, to be able to grow our fan base, because we want to see the kind of enthusiasm that we have supporting Arsenal, Manchester, turned into local supporters that are able to support the development of football and other sports in the country.
And we understand the government is also planning to put such a facility at Lugogo. How are those plans?
So the facilities at Lugogo are a little bit different, but maybe much more grand. At Lugogo we are going to have an indoor facility, but also we'll have an open facility at the hockey, what you know as the hockey pitch. So the hockey pitch is going to have a nice pavilion that will be able to seat around 5,000 people, but also we'll have indoor stadiums. We'll have the big one, the 15,000 seater, we'll have the 3,000 seater, and also so many other facilities. And the plans have been made this year. This week we expect SUMA. They have already informed us that they will be here. On Wednesday, we'll have meetings with them from Thursday to Friday. They'll be presenting the designs, and hopefully they will present to the First Lady and Minister of Sports next week, and later on the President. And then we can see if there's concurrence at all levels, then we hope that then the President will commission and say, okay, you move ahead with the project. So we are moving, preparations are in high gear, and we are progressing really well.